Hey everyone, Christy here, and welcome to my 100th Flosstube episode. I am so excited. This has been a long time coming. A lot has been going on in 2026, and if you've been watching my channel, you know a little bit about that, but I am back. I am moved in to my house in St. Cloud, Florida. The business is set up and we are rocking and rolling again, so that is exciting. My trunk show is on the move. There are just a whole lot of updates that I want to share with you, including a tour of my new craft room and workspace. So I hope you'll stick around. I think the way today is going to flow, there are just so many odds and ends that I need to share with you. We're just going to start off with what I've been stitching. Has not been a lot in the last couple months, but it was a little bit of something. So we're going to just start with that, and we'll get into a flow. I'll tell you what I plan on working on, and I think we'll go from there. I think I do have a giveaway for my 100th episode, which is incredibly exciting. And then we'll go through some of my stitching plans. Many of you know that Needlework Marketplace is getting ready to kick off in August. So if you're a designer out there, I'm sending you all the love and all of the hugs because I know you are hustling. And there are going to be some amazing designers this year at Needlework Marketplace. I have the list, and it is just going to be fantastic. If you thought Nashville was amazing, and I can't wait to see all of the patterns coming up for the end of the summer, the fall, and holiday stitching. So okay, let's just jump into it. I'm going to start off with my Sal that I've been working on. Nisi and Patty Penn and I have been working on Freak for the Beak, and this is a boomerang stitches pattern. And while I'm pulling it out of this, so I don't show you the pattern, I am in range to finish Freak for the Beak, and also getting ready to start our next one, next boomerang stitches. And I forgot which one Patty Penn and Nisi Lynn are starting. Has a cardinal on it. It's gorgeous. I'm choosing the one, of course, with the pirate parrot, and I think that'll dub for my Halloween stitching this year too, because it does have a pumpkin in it. But I love the pirate parrot. So we're going to jump in and start that Sal. I'll hit pause a little bit later on. I'll go dig it out because I do want to put it in my bag as a new start. Okay, so this is Freak for the Beak. That's perfect. Beautiful colors. It is gorgeous. It's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors. And they are so bright and so beautiful. And these are the colors. They're all DMC, which is nice. So you can brighten them up, you can tone them down, you can do whatever you want. But you know me, the brighter, the better. And let's see if I can do this without pulling it out of the frame completely. Here we go. This is where we're at so far. Of course, you know, I've got Mickey and Stitch here. A little more on that a little bit later. There we go. So I am in range. You're like, Christy, what are you talking about? You still got a whole row of birds and you got the freak for the beak. Well, I'm not doing freak for the beak at the bottom. I'm going to leave it like that. I want to put this in the house, and my husband has an opinion of what I hang. We're going to leave off freak for the beak, and we're just going to put the birds out there. And that's where I'm at so far. So I'm down here, and I'm just going to get a little closer here. I'm working on this part, and then I'm just going to come straight over and finish the little birds on the bottom. So that's the spot there. I'm going to finish. I just pretty much have this row down here and a few of right over here. So that's quite doable. So Nisi Lynn, Patty Pen, they've already finished. This was supposed to be done at StitchCon, but I was not able to make StitchCon this year. The ladies finished it. They rang the bell. It looked amazing. They sent me a video. I was so proud of them and so excited for them. So congratulations, ladies, on actually finishing the Sal on time, putting that last stitch in at StitchCon, and I am not far behind you, so we'll finish that up. All right, okay, the second project that I've been working on, I think I mentioned that I was doing it, but I haven't shown it because the person that commissioned the piece did not want to see pictures. Well, we finished one of them, and he couldn't help himself, wanted to see one of the pictures of the finished product, so I feel safe showing it here for you today. I'm not going to divulge too much into the story of it, but the general story is that gentleman wanted to provide a remembrance piece for his mom to his siblings. So he commissioned me to stitch, design and stitch 4 of the design. That is pretty much a remembrance and a commemoration for his wonderful mother. And I'm calling it the harp. It's called something else, but I, again, don't want to divulge any personal details. And I am stitching 4 of these. So this is one of, okay, so I should back up. I found some model stitchers. Thank you to Margarita and my mom for volunteering to stitch along with me. I gave myself 6 months to finish to start and finish the project, and you guys have been hitting it out of the park. So Mom, Michelle, finished one of the patterns and is working on a second one, and she is 75% done with the second one. I'm working on one as well. Margarita has the 4th. They are trucking along, and I put a pretty good dent. So this is the pattern. And it has a saying in the center selected by the family. It has roses. Mom was an avid gardener. She also played the harp. And there were 4 children, so that the 4 big roses represent the 4 children, and there are 12 grandchildren, so the grandchildren and great-grandchildren. So the rosebuds represent the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren. So this is the design. This is stitched on 36 count fabric. It is, I don't want to get, yeah, the name, I lost the type of fabric. Anyway, it is a neutral color. It has a slightly pink peach hue to it to go with the roses. and it uses a collection of Classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works, and Petite Treasure braid. The Petite Treasure braid is in the notes and in the scales and in the harp strings. You can see it there. So this has been just so much fun to do. I can't wait to finish all of them. So that is the completed one. Margarita's trucking along with hers, and this is where I am at. I have finished all of the rosebuds, I think. I may have one rosebud left, and I'm working on the roses. So this is where I'm at. Right now I finished the harp. You could see the rosebuds. You could see the rosebuds on the right and the left, the saying in the middle. And I've got some big roses in my future. So, you know, there are times when you are a designer and you hear feedback on your patterns. And nothing, you know, it's okay when you hear feedback from someone, and most of the time the feedback is good, or it's, I used a different color, I switched a color out, I changed this, I changed the fabric, and that is fantastic because designers love, at least me as a designer, love when you take a pattern, you interpret it, you make it your own. And, you know, once we put it out in the world, it becomes yours. You pay for it, and you stitch it, and you love it, and it takes a lot of your time. So we want you to be happy with exactly, you know, what you're stitching and what you're putting on your wall. But sometimes the most brutal feedback comes from Mom. And I can't tell you how many times I have heard about these roses. And now they're just kind of like idle threats. Well, wait till you get to the roses. And I love Mom because she is stitching 2 of these. She's like, but wait till you get to the roses. So anyway, it is fun. So some of my most brutal feedback on my patterns comes from my mom. She is my model stitcher in many of them. And yeah, I hear about it. So there is not any feedback you guys can give me that compares to what I already get when I send it to my model stitcher, which is my mom. So anyway, thank you, Mom, for finishing one and working on a second. Call me when you're done because I've got another pattern I need to send you. And she's probably throwing something at the TV at this point. But yep, so we are, I would say, roughly 60% complete with this commission, and that has been taking up a lot of my time. If I had stitching time, it was dedicated to this project for obvious reasons. It is beautiful, it is gorgeous. I really want to deliver it on time, so we're working through that. And I'm just going to put a shameless plug in. If you want to do a commission, this is a service that I provide. It has to be within reason. I'm not doing full coverage commissions. That just takes way too long, and you don't want to wait 5 years to get a piece. But if you do want to do a commission, please look me up. I do about 1 or 2 a year, and you're welcome to set up a Zoom call with me and we can chat about it. Okay, so that's the second thing I've been working on the last couple months, and I'm gonna pause here. You won't know the difference, but I'm gonna shift here to my finish that I have, and also dubs as a new pattern and sneak peek for Needlework Marketplace. We are, I'm gonna show you a finish. This was my first design this year in a while. And also it is, so it's a finish, and it's also the first new pattern for Needlework Marketplace. The fabric here is Fairy Summer. It is 36 count linen. And this is the beach. I think I've teased this and I've shown it. But here is the beach. And I'm really excited about this pattern. This is going to kick off a series that I'm working on. It'll all be a little bit similar, but on different colored fabric. So I'm working on another one that is going to be on Fox and Rabbit. And this is Up in the Attic. So pretty excited about the next one coming on Fox and Rabbit, Up in the Attic. I don't think I'm going to get it done in time for Needlework Marketplace, so we're still working on the design on that one. But the beach, this is about 11 inches by 2.5, 3 inches on 36 count 36 count linen. I really love this pattern. So yeah, it is, look for it and pre-order it. It is available for pre-order from Needlework Marketplace. So the way that works, it is a wholesale market that is virtual. So instead of everyone packing up and heading to Nashville, this one is online. And thank you, Bobby, for setting everything up for it. I'm pretty excited on the slightly new format this year, so looking forward to that. All of my patterns will be available at Needlework Marketplace, but these are the new ones that will be available. So all of last year's line, previous years, everything will be available there for pre-order. The way that it works, your local needlework shop will probably put out a solicitation as we start advertising new patterns that are coming out. And similar to Nashville, they will take your pre-orders, and then once the marketplace opens up, they will send us, the designers, your request. We will fulfill them as quickly as possible and send them back out. So pretty similar to Nashville, but you should start hearing from your local needlework shop. So there is the beach, and there will be one more patriotic that I'm going to show you, but before that, the beach is using all Threadworks threads. They are pretty big skeins, so you can use these. I'm trying to reuse, in this series, I'm trying to reuse as many of the same Threadwork colors, because these are smaller patterns. You should be able to stitch a lot of them with just the one skein. So I'm trying to reuse the same color palette for a lot. There'll be a few additions, but most of the colors will stay the same, so you can continue to reuse that skein. Okay, so that is the beach, and I have one more patriotic pattern that I'm getting ready to, well, I need to finish up the model stitch for it, but that will be a second pattern. So look for the beach, look for the patriotic pattern, and look for some of my other summer patterns that debuted later last. So I decided that I'm going to give you a sneak peek to my patriotic pattern that will also debut at Needlework Marketplace. I'm pretty excited. This is, not a terribly original name, but it is USA, and that is, there we go. That is the pattern. So we've got some Quaker stars with the USA, and it's kind of the similar series to Beach. So I've got to finish up that model stitch for you, but that is a sneak peek to my second pattern that is available. I hope you enjoyed that little sneak peek into Needlework Marketplace, and Okay, what are we going to move on to? Some haul. So I did get some haul. I have a new pattern brewing. And it is a nautical pattern. And this is I bought some pieces of fabric to stitch it on. It's 30 count primitive hair pirates. And let's see, so this is the fabric. You've seen it before. So primitive hair uses it in some of her designs. There might be a mermaid on this design, but I wanted to use, I love this fabric. I love that it's printed on there. So I am also designing a chart that will, you can stitch it on pretty much anything you want, but the chart itself is going to be designed to be on 30 count or 40 count pirates by the primitive hair. So I purchased two of those fabrics to start my designing on. So that's about all of the haul that I have. And what am I going to be working on? So we are just going to save WhipGo for another day. But there are a few patterns that I know I am behind and that are on my WhipGo call. The first one is Anzac, which is a long dog sampler. And this one is 233 stitches by 243. I've been working on this one for my husband. And we're trucking along, but I have not made as much progress as I want. And this is on a 40 count linen. So this is how far I've gotten. Everything, all the animals are going to be in red. I just started the continent of Australia and it's in green. And I have not decided what I'm going to do in New Zealand. But that is trucking along. I know I need to put about 5,000 stitches in this to get caught up for the year. And then also in here, I've got cardinal points. This is another SAL that I've been working on with Patty Penn. She loves cardinals. And this is Cardinal Points by Gentle Art. And I have a pretty modest start on this one. It lives in the same, there we go. Yeah. It lives in the same project bag. So it's just going to stay in there. This is just, there are so many color changes here. There are so many greens. It doesn't look like it, but there are about 4 different greens in there for color changes. But the color palette is great. Obviously uses Gentle Art sampler threads, and there are a lot of them. So I am plugging away. Oh, for Anzac, I am using, what kind of thread? It is a art silk that I'm using. Just an art silk. So it's a little, as Pam from Pam and Steph would say, it's a little fiddly, this art silk, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. I think it's a me problem, not a silk problem, if that makes sense to stitchers out there. So trying to get this put away. So that's what I'll also be working on. I'm gonna try and get back here to do another video probably in maybe 2 weeks. Got a lot of started a new fellowship with Disney. It's a 90-day fellowship. So that's taken a lot of my free time. I did retire from the Coast Guard in May, so that that was exciting, and was pretty much all consuming for the first part of the year up until May. The move down to Florida, the starting of my travel business, in addition to that. So I'm having a blast. I'm not complaining by any stretch of the means. I cannot remove the smile from my face. I am having such a good time, but I wish there were more hours in the day. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I kind of feel like Stitch here. And yeah, feeling like Stitch here, a little frantic, but it's starting to all come all together. Okay, and the other thing I need to put about 5,000 or 6,000 stitches on is Big Red Ship of Life ink circles. This might be a today project. I'm going to see if there are any more World Cup games on today. I'm not sure, because it is July 4th, so I'm not sure what's going to be on today, but we're just going to take a rest day and maybe stitch on ink circles. And ooh, this one's out of the... Ooh, y'all are in for a treat. It's out of the thing. Okay. This is where I am on Big Red Ship of Life. I am plugging away, so I'm using Silks for You. 3 different colors, a blue, a red, and a gold. The ship, anything with the ship mast, and maybe the ship is going to be in gold. Anything nautical in nature that I can pick out from the design is going to be in blue, or I shouldn't say nautical, I should say sea creature is going to be in blue, and the waves, and then everything else is going to be in red. And in my lifetime, I do aspire to stitch all of the ships. I have all of the patterns, and I'm starting with the big one. So it is on my WhipGo board, and I am terribly behind, but here is the silk. I have just big hanks of blue, red, and gold from Silks for You. And I love their silk. I think by far it is my favorite silk to work with, and because it comes directly from Australia, I just buy the hank. I know I'm going to use it again for other patterns, and I'm just not messing around. If they're going to ship it all halfway around the world for me, I'm buying the hank from them. So that is, so these are going back into the Aunt Judy bag, and heading downstairs into my stitchy spot. Okay, so before we go into the giveaway portion of this program today, I know this is old news, but I have the summer just cross stitch I'm gonna say episode. What am I thinking? The magazine, the Summer 2026 Just Cross Stitch magazine. It is, they have some really cute patterns. The designers did such a great job. I wanted to highlight 2 of them because I think they're awesome. There are some serious color changes in this one, but this is Charlene Blank of Tranquility Tree Designs. Has this lighthouse. I'm trying to look for the... It doesn't have a light in the storm. That is... There we go. Here, I'm just going to show you this part so I don't show the pattern. Light in the storm. That is a great lighthouse. Be the light in someone's storm. That's always a great motto. I love it. We may have to stitch this. This is really nice. So well done on this design. There are so many color changes. So, and it looks like it is a full coverage pattern. And I think, and I think it has to be to kind of get that variegation in the storm clouds in the back. I don't think you can pull that off any other way, but I love it. There is a biscornu here that, you know, some of you have heard me say that there are patterns that I absolutely love. There are patterns that I wish I designed. This is one of them. I wish I designed this one. This is a fun little biscornu. This is called Passing Ships. I'm loving this. Originally I thought I was gonna give the magazine away, and I'm not. I'm gonna keep this one because there are a few things that I actually may want to stitch out of it. Okay, and then finally, this is where I kind of hope to be for the rest of the summer. I'm not there yet, but I'm certainly aspiring to be in relax mode. I want to be this frog. And that frog is awesome. So, I don't know. If y'all are stitching the frog, let me know. And she looks really sassy. She looks like she crashed someone's stitching party the night before, and she's quite proud of it. So, I'm digging the frog. Massive amounts of backstitch, as you can see, but yeah, I'm digging that frog. So this might also go in my bag to stitch. So we're just gonna have to find another giveaway for you guys. Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you a quick tour of my craft room. This is the finished product. You just saw what it looked like before. And here we have all of my thread organized, my serger, iron, sewing machine, and then up top, some of my pictures are hung. I have a couple more that I need to hang here. And now all of there's some more sulky thread up here, and here are all of my projects on the shelf. These are, I haven't counted them, but I think they're roughly 30 whips. Here we go. This is my sewing space right here. And until I pull the sewing machine out, it has a little kitty. Hi, Miss Elena. And her cat bed. That is Miss Elena. She likes to hang out with me. This is my work space here, and we have more cross stitches, but this is the travel corner. So I mentioned, many of you know, I have my own travel agency, Castle and Compass Adventures. So when I film, and this is my filming spot, I just flip around. So I just flip this table around, and I have my filming backdrop, my printer station, and then right now I'm getting ready to do my 100th episode. So I flip the table around, and we have the cross stitch background. And here, this is where all of my magnets from my travels ended up. We have a couple more. And then of course, as you walk in, you get the Maya Angelou. This is the original one. So this is the original one that I did. The updated pattern has the updated quote. And that is with the trunk show right now. And then the closet, this is amazing, masterpiece in here. And I say that because I had some help in organizing it. It wasn't all of my idea. But here are all of my shipping and my gifts for both companies. And then here are all of my patterns, kind of in alphabetized bins. So I do send some of them off to Hoffman, but the ones that I keep here, if I get an email directly from a shop owner, I pull from inventory. And then here we have my project bags, anything that I'm gonna sell, thread packs. And then here are kind of the odds and ends kits, the yarns, crochet, some extra supplies, and then just more shipping supplies in the corner. And I'm gonna bring her out. And this is Lady of the Flag. Still working on a little beading for her. And yeah, so this is the craft room. I'm pretty thrilled. I went from a craft room probably double the size to just this room here. It's a good size room, but going from double the size to half the size was a little challenging, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. I hope you enjoyed this little tour. So next time I will do a tour of the house. I have some of my cross-stitch projects kind of scattered throughout, so I'll do a little tour of where they ended up. All right, now back to the video. So here is my big 100th episode giveaway. I have a couple hands-on designs that I want to gift to someone who loves the beach, loves the water, loves the salt air like I do, and who loves hands-on design. So I love these patterns. I'm probably not going to end up stitching them though. So I want to, instead of them just being squirreled away in my cabinet, I want to send them to a home who will appreciate them, love them, stitch them. So this is all going to be one package. I'm just sending out one giveaway. Actually, you know, for fun, let's just do two. We're going to do two giveaways here. The first one, because it is the 4th of July, we have the first hands-on design, Oh Say Can You See? And this is, you can either stitch it as one long piece or you can put it into a barrel. And this is hands-on design, Oh Say Can You See? And we're gonna put this together with it. This is also hands-on design, I Dream of the Sea and the Wild Salt Air. This is also something you can just stitch, or you can turn it into, it looks like a thimble there, or a biscornu. So two, this is hands-on design. If you want these two patterns, go ahead and comment with salt. So use the code word salt if you want these two patterns. And I'm going to make a note of that. And then, okay, for the second giveaway, I have more hands-on design. I have the To the Beach series here. I have a bunch of them. So I have A Little Cottage by the Sea. I have Flock Together. I love this one. It has a flamingo, it has some pelicans, it has some other birds. Learn Your ABZs. On Beach Time. That's a great chair, an umbrella. Look at all the little ones down there. And Adjust Your Sails. So if you want the series of beach time patterns, go ahead and comment beach. Okay, so again, if you want the beach time, To the Beach series, comment beach. And if you want the Wild Salt Air, we'll call it, and Oh Say Can You See, comment salt. So salt and beach. And you can only take home one of them. So only put one. Well, you can put both, but you're only going to get one of them. So put your preference first. Okay, so if you want both of them, but you want salt more than beach, and if I choose your name, you'll get the first one, first letter that, or first word that you mention. Okay. So that is the giveaway. One more shameless plug for Castle and Compass Adventures, my travel agency. I am obviously Salty Stitcher Designs and Castle and Compass Adventures, but both companies are hosting the Whips and Waves Cross Stitch Retreat in September of 2027. The 12th through the 18th of September, again, 2027. So you have about, let's see, about 6 to 8 months before the final payment is due. It is a cruise on the beautiful Celebrity Reflection. We're heading to Bimini, we're heading to Key West and Turks and Caicos. I'm really excited. Nisi Lynn and Patty Penn are helping me. They're coming with and helping me host. Mom Michelle is furiously sewing and making some goodies. There'll be freebie patterns. There will be a couple other goodies in the bag that I'm not going to divulge just yet. But this is just going to be a relaxing time with friends on a ship to stitch. We will not have, I will tell you, we will not have any classes. I know some of the cruise retreats have classes. We will not be doing classes. This is going to be low key. This cruise is perfect if it's your first cruise. It is going out of Fort Lauderdale. So easy place to get to, a great cruise port. Bring your family. The challenge with cruises when you sign up for cruises is that they charge you double occupancy. So bring your partner, bring your family. We will set aside time each day to meet if you want and stitch with everyone in a common location on the ship. We will probably have one dinner get together, may have one cocktail party together. So this is going to be just very low key. So if this is your first retreat, especially if this is your first cruise, come on with us. It is so much fun. I reinvigorated my love for stitching on a cruise ship, and it is just one of those completely relaxing things. You're looking at the water. It is beautiful. Everything is mostly inclusive. So room and board, your cabin, your stateroom, and all of your food are included in the price. You also get the classic drinks packages and some Wi-Fi, so that is included in the price. And yeah, but there are a few cabins left, staterooms left at the group rate. So come join us. I'd love to have you on board, and would love to just stitch with you for 6 nights and 7 days out of Fort Lauderdale. Okay, I'm going to put the link to the Whips and Waves Cross Stitch Retreat below. You're welcome to join us. Click on that link. It'll take you to a landing page that'll give you all of the details that we have. So the ship is going through a dry dock in March of 2027. So once it pops out, I'll be able to provide a lot more information on where we're gonna meet, the timing, and I'll continue to provide more details as we get closer. But a lot of time to save up for this, and I'm hoping you can make this your summer vacation next year in September. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining me for my 100th episode. Again, if you want any of the patterns, Salt and Beach, right here. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. Bye.